Welcome YouTube. Today we're going to be covering some death battle. Today we're going to be doing Omni-Man versus Bardock. Honestly, full biased, completely full biased here. Like, completely full biased. I'm going Bardock, okay? And trust me, I know Omni-Man, I know his lore, I know I read Invincible. And I know it, but my God, am I biased when I say I'm going Bardock? It's just that copium of being a Dragon Ball fan. That's it. That's it. So honestly, besides that, just that, saying, let's get right into it, you know, because like I'm excited to see my man Bardock win. You know, because obviously he's gonna win. Oh, biased. Guys, I'm recording this live on Twitch, so if you want to be here for my live reactions, don't forget to follow me. Don't forget to follow me. Alright? Anyways, besides that, also don't forget to, you know, like and subscribe to the video. It helps me out very much, and I very much appreciate, you know, any and all that. And also, if you want any type of YouTube video recommended, me watch any of your YouTube recommended videos, leave a comment down below. Anyways, thank you for the 100 bits. To 100 is not posted fun. Okay, that's not caught at that. All right. Anyways, besides that, let's get right into it, shall we? I'm expecting the Bardock to make a hard fight, but win in the end of the day.
Omni-Man versus Bardock,
the ostracized Viltrumite and the doomed Saiyan.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Death battle.
Omni-Man, Earth's once greatest hero. Alongside the Guardians of the Globe, he protected the world from all manner of threats. And then, in a single day, it all went horribly wrong.
Hi, Omni-Man. How, Omni-Man? Who, Omni-Man?
Who indeed? Champion of Earth, best-selling author J.K. Simmons, yet it was all a charade, with his murderous rampage only brought to a halt thanks to his own son.
It all starts with his home planet, Viltrum, which I hear is a totally lovely utopia.
Through brutal mortal
there is a whole ass Hunger Games thing, 'cause only the strong will survive. Unfortunately, you had to get rid of animated Wiz and Boomstick for budget reasons. Oh, really? I mean, I noticed that right now, but that's kind of sucks. I kind of got used to seeing them.
Combat with a K. Or wait, no, that came later.
Viltrumites are among the most powerful beings in the universe, even more so after they purge the weaker members of their species. As a vanguard of the Viltrumite Empire, Omni-Man infiltrated Earth as Nolan Grayson, expected to prepare the planet for Imperial assimilation.
Which should have been easy, since he's got your classic strongman superpowers and he's basically invulnerable, easily knocking around asteroids the size of Texas.
He can fly at unbelievable speeds, soaring from Earth to the planet Thraxa in under 1 week. Thraxa is, quote, a couple galaxies away, give or take, so a minimum of 2 galaxies. Beyond the Milky Way's neighbor Andromeda is the lesser-known Triangulum Galaxy, which is over 2.7 million light-years away. Reaching it in under 1 week means Omni-Man must have flown over 142 million times faster than light.
Oh, and Viltrumites can't breathe in space, so he held his breath the whole way. And it's not like he was in a rush. He was on a soul-searching trip, contemplating the significance of smashing his own son's face in. Think, Nolan, think.
Yeah, this is why I'm never having kids.
You're missing out. But according to another Viltrumite, Thetis, a bunch of other Viltrumites who actually were in a hurry flew to Viltrum across the Virgo supercluster in less than 24 hours.
That's over 20 billion times faster than light.
You don't really need to rush anyway. The older a Viltrumite gets, the slower they age.
According to the Invincible handbook, Nolan is over 2,000 years old. And regardless of age, Viltrumites don't suffer muscle fatigue like humans do, so they rarely ever tire out.
Seriously? He's got parenting easy mode on, and he couldn't even handle that. I would have killed for that back when my daughter was born.
Well, you would have to be a Viltrumite first. A Viltrumite's body contains smart atoms, which they subconsciously manipulate. This cellular structure can effectively recall certain states of being regardless of their present environment, reacting to changes at an atomic level to perform the impossible.
Yeah, like surviving your intestines getting ripped out,
Yeah.
or even more scary, ripping out your whole beard all at once. Ugh.
Oh.
Only a Viltrumite could pull off something that disturbing.
Nolan is incredible.
God, this show's so gory though, but it's a lure sometimes, you know. That's what brings people in, because it's like, damn, they're not holding bars. It's like The Boys.
Incredibly tough, but if he faces superior forces, his smart atoms can adjust to make him even stronger by comparison. This is why Viltrumites are considered invincible.
Most weapons in the universe can't even scratch a Viltrumite like him.
Even a ship's cannon like this one can't take down a Viltrumite, and it obliterated a massive solar disk nearly half the size of a star.
Speaking of planets, he's strong enough to shatter one by flying straight through it. A planet so big it has a whole ring around it.
The Roche limit factor dictates the size a celestial body must be in order to disperse orbiting material as a ring. In short, an Earth-sized planet can't support such a ring, meaning this one must be much larger.
And don't get me started on how the ring is actually made up of dead bodies, because, spoilers? Just go read the comic.
If Roche isn't doing it for you,
If I remember right, it's the virus. It's been a while since I read any of this. All right, spoilers, I guess. You know, if anybody, you know that, but I know there's like a virus that's like, that's killing all the Viltrumites off at one point that they use, and I'm assuming God, my memory's horrible. Point is, bodies.
planet also supports 5 moons in its orbit, and even the smallest is a perfect sphere, meaning its own gravity shaped it. At minimum, a moon like that must have a diameter of 600 kilometers, or 370 miles. Comparing this to the planet's diameter, we can tell this world is nearly 14 times larger than Earth.
Or
I see.
it was before, you know, kablam.
Now, Omni-Man does have his weaknesses. Monsters like Ragnar's can pierce Viltrumite flesh, and he's extremely sensitive to a specific high-pitch frequency, which can destabilize his body's equilibrium.
But his real weakness turned out to be, you guessed it,
Being a
fatherhood.
father.
Thanks to his son Mark, Nolan began to re-examine his perspective and his place in the universe. He settled down in a new place, got himself a new job, and even had a new kid with his new wife, who's a bug. The bug lady, he banged a bug.
Why, Omni-Man? How? Omni-Man?
Don't question
deals
it.
with parenting stress
Do
in their
not
own
question
way.
it.
When
Just-
Nolan was lecturing to Mark about how insignificant people are, Mark wasn't the only one he was trying to convince, if you catch my drift.
Nolan Grayson's real mission isn't planetary conquest or saving the innocent. It's to discover if a violent man who can break the world can also be a good father.
Godspeed, Omni-Man.
Okay, time for Bardock.
In the
Let's
far
go.
reaches of the cosmos laid a world with a people like no other, born and raised to do just one thing.
Fight.
The Saiyans, a proud warrior people from the planet Vegeta, ruled by,
King Vegeta.
Well, narcissist punch.
Their
Yep.
pride blinded them to the truth of their impending doom. But perhaps one Saiyan represented the best of them, even during their waning glory days.
Bardock! He's cool, he's crude, he's got a bad attitude, and if he goes apeshit, you're totally screwed. And guess what? He's father of Goku.
Oh wow, I never would have guessed.
Right? What a curveball.
So what does that make Turles?
Who?
Bardock was a cold-blooded killer, ruthlessly conquering planets in service to the Saiyans' true overseer, Lord Frieza.
They didn't just conquer planets, they wiped out every living thing, leaving Frieza uninhabited rocks to sell away. Bardock was an asshole. Well, until he wasn't.
Bardock's story has evolved over the years, with multiple iterations to draw from.
Including one where he's a brilliant scientist.
But only one is considered officially canon. Bardock's demeanor began to shift when he met and eventually married fellow warrior Guinea, and had 2 sons, Raditz and Kakarot.
No, Bardock didn't go totally soft. He was still a ruthless warrior. You know that iconic red headband of his? It's stained with the blood of his fallen friends. Hardcore!
Bardock could fly, move faster than light, and was naturally adept in using his ki as an explosive weapon.
AKA shooting lasers from his hands! True to his brutal screw-you nature, Bardock's moves are all about overwhelming power. His final spirit cannon is like a ki-powered bazooka. His rebellion hammer punch ignites enemies on contact, and his rebellion spear basically turns him into a supercharged battering ram. The guy has no chill. He will run you over, break your spine, light you on fire, and then move on to the next guy. All in a day's work for a Saiyan.
Marriage didn't change that. While Bardock cared for Gine, in fact being one of few Saiyans of his time to actually have a romantic partner, he was still no family man. Like most Saiyans, he saw his sons as nothing more than future soldiers.
Bardock was a low-class warrior, so it was unlikely his kids would grow up to be anything more than battlefield fodder.
But they would still possess the Saiyan's power, a transformation that was the key to their planetary devastation.
Big monkey!
Under the light of
Monkey
a full
time.
moon, a Saiyan with a tail manifests the Uzaru.
This great ape form increases Bardock's power tenfold, turning him into an unstoppable kaiju. Quick, someone call Yajirobe!
While some Saiyans can maintain control over this berserker form, low-class warriors like Bardock don't receive the same level of training as those of higher birth. Prince Vegeta's control is so precise he can speak while changed, but Bardock cannot.
Hell, it's questionable if he even remembers everything that happens when he goes full tilt gorilla. The Saiyan strategy is pretty much just monkey see, monkey smash.
Despite being low-class, Bardock's power level nearly matched that of King Vegeta, who could destroy multiple planets at once. At about this time, King Vegeta's power level was around 10,000.
Yeah, we know power levels are kinda janky. Nobody can agree on what the number really means.
Outside of his fight with Gas, Bardock doesn't really show any high-end feats in canon, but we can use power levels to compare him to other characters with similar levels to better understand his potential.
I guess,
Like when
yeah.
his son fought Prince Vegeta. What's the scouter say about his power level? It's over 8,000. Yeah, the dub changed it to fit Vegeta's lip flaps, but we only cover the cold hard truth, damn it.
According to this movie pamphlet, Goku's power level between his fight with Vegeta and his trip to Namek was 10,000. This lines up with that previous reading and puts him on par with Bardock. Goku's training during the trip eventually raised him to 90,000 upon arrival, but this gives us a clear window.
Yeah, early in the trip, he had to dodge a bunch of incoming asteroids and blast his ship away from a star, which is impressive considering the speed involved.
The planet Namek is outside Earth's quadrant of the universe, and it took his ship 6 days to make the journey. Traveling a quarter of the universe's diameter would put the ship over 9.5 trillion times the speed of light.
And Goku would have had to keep up with that kind of speed to do all that other stuff.
Makes sense given far weaker characters could reach the moon in a fraction of a second. Should be trivial enough for Bardock.
All this speed and power meant when Bardock and his team assaulted the planet Cereal, they went, cheerio!
Bardock ravaged the planet, annihilating its people, until he found 2 survivors, a mother and her child. Some may call it weakness, others a moment of clarity, but Bardock was suddenly reminded of his wife and recently born son. He chose to spare the
family
two, and
man.
even pushed himself far past his limits to protect them from his own Frieza Force allies, who taunted that Frieza had dire plans for the Saiyan's future.
This moment changed Bardock, making him more appreciative of his family and
I know a lot about it. I have a lot of family members that are in it. I watched some of the later stuff. I watched some of the earlier stuff, but not in years. It's been years since I covered it. It's been years. Years, I mean decades maybe.
cautious of Frieza. When all the Saiyans were called back to planet Vegeta for mysterious reasons, he had a hunch something was up. So before his final stand, smashing through hundreds of soldiers before coming face to face with the tyrant, he sent his youngest kid away for protection. A choice that allowed his son to thrive. And hey, that's what good parents do.
A choice that would have a greater significance than Bardock could ever imagine.
And then Dildo Dickhead blew them all up and he died. Or did he? Bardock got killed so freaking hard he got blasted back in time.
Actually, he was pulled away by these two who miscalculated and misplaced him incorrectly in the time stream.
Blah, 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 non-canon, whatever. He survived. And when he realized what happened, he got so unbelievably pissed off, he went Super Saiyan. What?
Alright, this is very much an alternate universe what-if scenario, and it is jarring. But think about it. The Super Saiyan form is not achieved through training alone. It requires dedication, introspection, victory, failure, love, and loss. Frieza destroyed the Saiyans because he feared the possibility of the Super Saiyan, a Saiyan with power that could rival his own. But perhaps Bardock's transformation was more than simply a what if. He had begun to take the very steps his son later would to achieve the form. Perhaps if Frieza had hesitated, even for a moment, his fear would have manifested before him right then and there.
Damn, pour one out for Bardock, who figured out how to be the truest Saiyan right at the end of it all. I know Kakarot would be proud.
I don't like how they didn't really show so many feats. They only showed speed feats. And now I just mentioned power scaling. I feel like they left a couple things out. I feel like Omni-Man's probably gonna win. But I'm still gonna support Bardock the entire way. I do not care. I am still picking Bardock, no matter what. No matter what.
For a death battle!
Planets. Yeah, but there wasn't no scaling. They didn't mention how much TNT that would take or anything. They just mentioned he did it for like a split second. If they really cared, and let's be honest, if they really cared and they weren't gonna bring it up as a point later about why he couldn't do enough damage, they would measure how much damage or what about those planets or what anything that they could on it to estimate. But this is what they do. They leave out details and they're gonna bring out later for justification about why certain people lose or win. To be fair, 80% of the special Bardock episodes were just him getting his ass beat or talking. Hey, I'm still gonna vote for my boy.
Great. Another gross bug planet.
This planet isn't anyone's to conquer.
Don't underestimate me!
Just like my son, sticking his nose in places he's not ready for.
My sons would kick his ass!
You're not wrong. they would. Come on, get up.
Whatever you are, you're an embarrassment.
There's the moon.
Wait till you see the real power of a Saiyan.
That's a 10 times boost.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Come on. Come on, don't let him get up. Keep going at him. Nope, there, just like that. Yeah, I proved the strength feat. Ah. Five, please. No. They always get stronger. Near brink of death.
I won't let you take me from my
Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. You got this. You got this. Come on. Come on.
Your time is up! Saiyan!
Please. No.
You said Saiyan. Remember it.
Fuck.
Okay, these go.
I'm getting up. Nah. No. 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 I denial. I denial the river Egypt. The river. My boy. They massacred my boy. They massacred my boy. I knew it. 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 How many wrongs has it been now? Well, the thing is, I know I'm wrong half the time. Alright? The Unicron one, I knew I was probably gonna lose. This one, I knew I was probably gonna lose. Okay? I'm aware half the time that I'm probably picking the person that's gonna lose. Because I understand the power scaling. It's just that I care too much about characters that I know. That even though I know, I will always root for the people I like, no matter what, okay?
Gokus have got to stop picking fights with guys in capes.
Pitting Saiyan against Viltrumite is fascinating. Among the many similarities, 5 specific categories stand out.
Starting with speed. Bardock is much faster, given his power level matched Goku dodging asteroids at 9.5 trillion times light speed, much higher than the Viltrumite's fastest speed. Add on the 50 times multiplier from Super Saiyan and it's a huge difference.
Right, Bardock clearly has the speed advantage, but strength and durability are another story.
Though it doesn't seem like it at first, Bardock scales to King Veggie, who wrecked 3 planets at once, and Omni-Man only smashed 1. But given how big that one planet was, the numbers are actually pretty similar. Until we factor in the Super Saiyan boost, right?
Well, there's a catch. A major plot point in Invincible involves the coalition of planets admitting that their weapons cannot hurt Viltrumites.
So, when their ship's cannon obliterated this gigantic solar disk, it highlighted just how tough the Viltrumites really are.
This disk completely blocked the sunlight and heat between a planet and its star. And this is no ordinary planet. Its size and density are so high that its inhabitants are as strong as Viltrumites just due to living in its natural gravity. To fully block the light to such a planet and remain in consistent orbit, the disk would need to be positioned at its L1 point, the spot that creates an uninterrupted view between sun and satellite, and the disk itself must be about half the diameter of the star in question. This means the scaling of the disk puts it at 3 septillion tons.
That's 24 zeros!
Which makes Omni-Man over 11,000 times stronger than base Bardock.
Not even the Great Ape or Super Saiyan forms could make up that difference. So strength goes to Nolan.
Still, numbers aren't everything. As far as versatility in combat goes, neither had one distinct advantage that could win outright.
Omni-Man survives in space for much longer, but Bardock barely squeaks out the edge here thanks to his ranged versatility with key attacks and, of course, Super
why are you
Saiyan.
even doing
Okay,
this?
let's address the Super Saiyan Bardock thing.
He's already dead. Why are we even doing this? Why are we even doing this? He's already dead. What's the point? What's the point? What's the point? What's the point?
It's perfectly fair to question whether or not the form should be in this comparison at all. However, even with the form included, Nolan still takes this, especially when it comes to our last 2 categories, experience and stamina.
Yep, Omni-Man's been around a lot longer than Bardock, over 2,000 years, and even with Super Saiyan, Bardock's no master of the form.
And without that mastery, the form drains the user's energies at an increased rate. Which brings us to what may be Omni-Man's most surprising advantage.
Those weird smart atoms.
Saiyans like Bardock can fight for days on end, but only for so long. Bardock possesses a limited pool of ki, which only depletes faster when using super forms like the Great Ape. In contrast, Omni-Man's biology prevents him from tiring in most cases, letting him travel across whole galaxies for weeks non-stop. And his smart atoms adjust to counter whatever physical strain he's subjected to.
Bardock's crazy speed and power made him a real challenge.
But Nolan's strength, experience, and sheer endurance presented an unstoppable and unshakable force that would inevitably land the killing blow.
When push came to shove, Omni-Man raised the Bardock.
The winner is Omni-Man.
Next time on...
I don't care. I don't care about the next. I don't care about the next. I wouldn't be surprised if Death Battle was secretly sponsored by the Frieza Force. It's got evil Superman for a reason. Thank you. I appreciate, you know, having a spray bottle shoot me in the face while I'm trying to cope. You could just let me cope in peace, chat. You can let me cope in peace. I'm trying to understand this. I love both characters. I just wanted to see Bardock win. I wanted to see Bardock win. Have one win in his life. Just been glitching? What do you mean I've been glitching? It's when I look away from the camera and it can't direct my face, it glitches a bit, okay? I don't know. The next time. I don't really care about the next time.
Death Battle.
Who cares? Okay. Alright, I don't care about Persona. I love JoJo. But it's not my character. Alright, it's not the character I care about. Alright? It's not made in heaven, okay? It's this guy, okay? It's this guy. Alright, this guy I don't care. Alright, he's gonna pull out the arrow and he's gonna win. Okay, that's what happens. Alright, he's gonna win. We all know power scaling. Alright, he's gonna win. He's just gonna pull out the arrow. And I'm gonna reduce your values to 0. And then congrats. Alright. Now let me cope in peace off this Bardock L. You don't even know who Bardock was, this other JoJo Death Battles. What do you mean you don't even know who Bardock was? I knew that was Goku's dad. I remember that. Are you just denying my remembrance? Are you just denying my memory right now? What is going on? I'm coping right now. Alright, YouTube, you know, just hit the like and subscribe button. Please follow me on Twitch. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye, YouTube.